The action continues. We're on Worldwide Wrestling, and we are in our very last weekend before we go into the month of April. And that means Spring Stampede. A little bit more about Spring Stampede still to come in this program as we look at one of the biggest young stars, one of the young men from the power plant, Chad Fortune, making his way to the ring. Still to come in this program, gentlemen, Chris Adams, Rick Steiner in singles competition, Chavo Guerrero Jr., and this man, who's been known to try to break a few arms during the course of his career, out of Minnesota, one of the tough veterans in our sport, Barry Darsow.
Always getting in somebody's face. He's always jawing with somebody.
I'm going to break your stinking arm. That's what I am.
Yeah, he's a big mouth.
Oh, isn't he? Isn't that great?
You like that, don't you?
They're fun to have at parties. Oh, they're great.
You mean it's fun to have someone at parties to threaten everybody and threaten to break your arm?
As long as he's not threatening me, then the people don't look at you. Then you can get extra cookies and drinks and stuff, you know, finger cookies and stuff, and little drinks with the umbrellas and stuff.
You always have some sort of scam, don't you?
Who?
You. Side headlock. Chad Fortune towers over Barry Darsow here. But Darsow, as we said, great veteran. Fortune sitting down with a running shoulder block that time. Good maneuver by Chad Fortune. You know, we're going to be going to our Nitro footage. It's very apparent that the Macho Man feels that he can become the next world champion, that he is the man that can take Sting down, and if he does, that he will win the NWO, Brain.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Anything that man has ever set his sights on, he's done. You know, I knew his father, Angelo Popo. I managed his father. His father was in the Ripley's, believe it or not. You know, he did something like 4,000 sit-ups in a row in like a couple hours or whatever the time was. I mean, when they put their mind to something, and I know this man, he can do it. He can run it all.
Darsow threatening the referee here, and Darsow continues now to lay it in on Chad Fortune. Well, I understand that when the Macho Man sets his mind to something, he can do it, but I need to ask you, if he wins the world title, if he goes on to win the world title, defeating Sting or whomever has the world title, does that mean that he will knock Hogan out of the seat, out of the throne?
Well, he'd have a lot more power. Certainly, he could make a lot more demands. Certainly, he could get a lot more people on his side, promising them more stuff, being world champion. I'm sure that would be a heck of a setback for Hogan, one Hogan doesn't want and probably wouldn't know how to handle. Savage could take a setback like that. He can come back. Hogan's the kind of guy that's been on top so long, he can't go any place but higher. And he's as high as he can get.
Chad Fortune repeated arm whips into the corner. Irish whips, that is, into the turnbuckles. But Barry Darsow moved out of the way on the last one, and Darsow now, driving the arm down.
I like him for a neighbor. He's a neighbor of someone. Somebody lives by this guy, whether it's 50 miles away or 50 feet.
There's his move. It's called barely legal.
Watch your dog on my lawn again, pal. Here's what I'll do to you. I'm gonna leave those garbage cans. You better take them in, and I don't want to see them in the neighborhood again. Yeah, he'd be a wonderful guy to have as a neighbor.
Barry Darsow intimidates, bullies his way all the way to another win, threatening that he's going to break arms.
Oh, he'd be fun to have as a neighbor. I'd love it. I want to have him as a roommate. Then I could go on vacation. Then they'd appreciate me more. But he's one big tough man, there's no doubt about it. He talks a lot, but he can back it up, like right there. Shoulder's probably gone now on the young gentleman. Mr. Fortune Cookie. There's your winner. The mean, loud Barry Darsow.
The fans recently on WCW Monday Nitro, just when we thought after Uncensored the NWO was falling apart at the seams, the NWO came back together and then broke apart again. Here's what happened.